Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So how's everybody doing?
Good.
Yes? Yes. You all say good. It's been a packed day, huh? So just as we get things situated around, what's the top thing that you've learned today? What's the most important and the most valuable thing that you've learned today so far? Raise your hand. There must be something. Yes?
I would say voyage. I was really wanting to enjoy this platform when I met Jasmine in Cairo a few years ago.
Yeah.
Nobody can explain what it is till I met you.
Got it. Got it. No, very clear. And it's cool because, you know, actually, Yasmin and I kind of went like that. Because for a while she was here from Morocco, and she came to Encinitas, where I'm from. And then I was in Encinitas and I came to Morocco. And then we met on Facebook. And we're like, oh my gosh, we just kind of did one of these. So, it's very exciting. We're ready to go? Right. Awesome. So, I'm here for those of you who may have not heard me share and speak. My name is Mathias. I help entrepreneurs gain clarity and confidence and to lead with confident vulnerability. J'ai habité ici en Maroc pour presque un an, and I've just had the opportunity to share and speak this message, and I'm so pleased to be here. You may also know that I also helped co-produce this event, so I'm really glad to hear that it's gone well, and also thank you for all of you who are watching all around the world on the live stream. So, this is me. So the question, you might be wondering, what is leading with confident vulnerability? Okay? Thumbs up. So, the definition of leading with confident vulnerability that I have is, it's leading while fully trusting in yourself and the universe that you will have what you need in every moment. So, would you guys like to hear a little bit about my story? Okay, I know some of you guys are here, you're like, oh, there's like, dude, that guy. Yeah. So, my background is in technology. I about 10 years in technology. I worked at Yale for 4 years. And in the beginning of 2012, or the end of 2011, I basically left it all behind. I moved to a tent in the middle of on an island in the Pacific Northwest. And I asked myself the question, what do I truly need to be a happy human? Have you ever asked yourself a question like that?
We did.
Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So then the next question that came to mind was well, what do I truly need? And then the distinction of a true need came through. And it's that which is required for an abundant life, and that which is required for your soul's greatest unfoldment. And it's really cool because in a very real way, Yasmin, she embodies this. She embodies having a dream, having a passion, and being fearless in asking whatever it is that is pulling her that she can create in the world. And she's only 23, and she's now had international media, and she's gone really, really far. And it's really, really amazing. Right? So I was actually in Tech 22. Tariq and I and Mehdi worked at Tech 22, and I was on the train ride back, and I met a new friend. His name is Nabil Hadi. And he was a communication lecturer at UK University, he's Moroccan. And we got into this deep discussion. And now, so what I'm about to tell you, don't take it as true, but just maybe take it as useful, take it as something on. So, je parle Darija, I speak Arabic a little bit, or Darija a little bit. And this this is something that I learned. So you know, those of you who are here, maybe not those of you who are watching on the live stream, but this is an Arabic letter called Ha. And so according to Nabil, and I checked in and intuitively it makes sense, is that the Ha is really representative of, it's like an energy of an intense emotion. It's like either positive or maybe negative. And then there's this other letter called Ka. Right? How am I doing? It's like Ka. Good? Show you a little bit. So really this letter is one that really is like, represents power, confidence. Right? So, well, what does all this have to do with leadership and with entrepreneurship? So I've kind of got some, how to say, there's this quote that says, all transformation starts with really bad news. This is not maybe bad news, but it's something that's really true. And this is actually the original quote. You may have seen some like it. And so it's by an author named George Bernard Shaw. It goes, the reasonable man adapts himself to the world. And when he says man, he means men and women. He wrote it a long time ago, you know. The unreasonable man persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. So you might be thinking, oh, man, that's a whole lot of work. Right? To go and have an idea and passion and pursue it day after day. You heard Nick earlier talking about this, about, what was it, fortitude, right? That's a lot of work. Why go through the trouble? And it's like hitting your head against the wall, maybe, right? Kind of feels like that sometimes. Well, the good news is, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. Rather, you make a new reality, a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. So does that, I hope that that's good news. Does that sound good? Right? And it's also especially exciting because this is, in a very real way, what Mehdi and the team and those of us in the larger ScreenDy ecosystem are doing, is being able to work together collaboratively to build that new model that then can then run on its own and create new things that nobody ever thought about before. So back when I was on this island, in the tent, and I was thinking, okay, this has to do with leadership somehow. So then I was thinking, well, what really connects the great leaders of all time? Across time and across space. But more importantly than that, what can each of us do to embody that for ourselves, too? And then what came through is this distinction of a true leader. And before I share it, I want to. I had this experience. It was in the summer or the spring of 2013, and it was during a 5-month period where I was actually taking these principles and putting them into practice, like really intensely. The book will come out soon. I'm working on it. So I was at a leadership gathering, and there was a retired Army colonel, or Army commander. And he went through this workshop that I led around leading with confident vulnerability. And then at the end of the meeting, he stood up in front of 250 leaders, and he said, and I was floored with this, I would put Mathias' definition of a true leader on page 1 of the Army manual. So, what is the distinction, the definition of a true leader? A true leader is simply someone who stands in their signature vibration. Another way to say that is someone who's authentic in who they truly are. Right? someone who has a vision, and someone who knows what they truly need and is able to ask and receive from both themselves and others. So, let's circle back around to this ha and the ka. So if ha represents vulnerability and the ka represents confidence, well, what happens if we put them together? So you'll see here, and these are, I apologize, these are not connected. But it ha, which as you may know, is like the right truth. And then, if you flip them around, you get ha, a sense of purity or originality. So I have a very exciting announcement tonight to make, and it's, in a way, a declaration. So, my big goal for 2017 is to bring the core principles of leading with confident vulnerability, which you just heard, to 100 million people by December 31st, 2017. Now you might think, wow, that's a pretty big number. Well, I'm really pleased, I'm so glad and grateful to have a strategic partner. And that strategic partner is Mehdi Alui and Hack and Pitch. So please give Mehdi and Hack and Pitch and ScreenDy, like, is this worth it? Like, is this a good thing? So this Short answer is yes, it is a good thing. And also, I'm excited to be able to share this message of leading with confident vulnerability to corporations and companies, including LEADAC, in ScreenDy's open innovation platform. There's also someone I met actually in this room in October the 15th. His name is Madiba Oliver. He's from Cameroon, and he's the founder of the first game development company in Cameroon. He started his journey in 2003, and this is his game, Orion. And he and his team, now as a team of 20, has, since then, with this game, gotten coverage from the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Guardian, CNN, and many others. And the really exciting thing about this is the mission and the vision of Kiro Games, which is to inspire African youth and culture to have determination and a balanced male and female leadership, as well as strong family relationships. So he has a master plan and a vision for bringing not just this game, but additional game in a community to 18 million Africans in the next 4 years. And also, by the end of 2017, 2.7 million. And so he and I have agreed to be a strategic partner in Mathias. If you're watching from Cameroon and your team, thank you, man. I'm so excited and stoked. So, if you'd like to help me in this opportunity to share the message of leading with confident vulnerability to 100 million people, go to Mathias.co and just put in your name and email, and I'll follow up with you with more information. And I look forward to this amazing journey together. Thank you so much.